Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of tuning in, you're welcome, you are powerfully welcome. Thank you to all my subscribers. It is always a joy and delight to do this again and again and again. Okay, without a further ado, let's jump right into today's topic. Boundary setting. It is boundary 101. You're welcome. Simply put, boundary is the limit you place on something. And one beautiful thing about boundary is that boundary starts with you. You cannot force people to follow a boundary that you have not set, you have not verbalized, and you have not communicated. More like you cannot correct what you have not taught. And a lack of boundary always invites lack of respect. When it comes to relationship, a boundary that is not set, you cannot correct, and lack of boundary always invites lack of respect. Definitely people are going to disrespect you, but you cannot correct it if you have not told them that this is what you like and this is what you don't like, this is what is acceptable and this is what is not acceptable. So boundaries are powerful, and it is your value that help you set boundary. If you don't have value, or you don't place a worth on yourself, or you don't have a standard, you cannot know the person that stands out for you. So boundary is very, very powerful, and you don't set boundary in a condescending way. You don't set boundary to push people away. You don't set boundary to create distance. You set boundary to protect closeness, and that is why it is starting with you. This is the level of access you can have in my life. Because one thing you should know when it comes to relationship is that people are entitled to love. They are not entitled to access. So don't confuse unconditional love for unconditional access. If you don't understand this, sincerely, you're going to be a people pleaser. You will always please people. Although you are hurting, but you want people to feel good. So what's the point of saying yes to others and saying no to yourself? It is boundary that help you understand this principle. And one beautiful thing about boundary setting is that even our God sets boundary. Yes, in the Garden of Eden, in Genesis chapter 3, after the fall of man, God placed cherubs at the entrance of the garden and flaming swords. That is boundary. To prevent access to the garden. That is boundary. It is a barricade. It is a limit. Does God still love Adam and Eve? Absolutely yes. Is he still their father? Of course. Did they lose the relationship? No. But did they lose access? Definitely yes. So don't confuse unconditional love for unconditional access. Love is a free gift that must be given, but access is a privilege that must be earned. People must enter access to you. You don't just give it to anybody. So what then are the boundaries that you need to set? You need to set physical boundaries. How much access are you willing to give? How much access do people have to your personal space? Now, at what point do you set physical boundary? When people are physically abusive, when they are verbally abusive, when they are emotionally abusive, you set physical boundary. You may not be able to control what people do to you, but you can control what you're going to do to what they do to you. You set emotional boundary. How much of my personal space am I willing for people to occupy? How much investment am I willing to make when it comes to my emotions? A lot of us are porous and loose about our boundaries, especially when it comes to the opposite sex. We go on talking to the opposite sex and you don't know that your emotions are already invested. I tell people, giving people attention, especially the opposite sex, giving people attention always build attraction, even if you don't like them, but give them that space in your heart. It's just a matter of time. Emotions are going to build. Affection is going to build. Attraction is going to build. Just because you were loose about your boundaries. You know the level of investment you're willing to make where emotions is concerned. And number 3 boundary you need to set is time boundary. Understand that it is not everybody you can give your time to. You need to set that boundary of time. If you don't have value for time, it's going to affect you. I always tell people when it comes to time management, when it comes to understanding time, you need to understand this 4 quadrants of time. You need to understand what is urgent and important? What is urgent but not important? What is important but not urgent? And what is not urgent and what is not important? If you don't understand that, sincerely, you're going to play with time. And for every time you play with, you're actually playing with life. People can walk up to you and say, okay, what are you doing now? You say you are not doing anything. Before you know it, you are gone. So you wake up in a day without planning your time. If you don't plan your time, people that plan this, they are going to plan you in it. If you don't plan your life, people that already plan their own life, they are going to fix you in it. And lastly, sexual boundary. You need to set sexual boundary with the opposite sex. What is appropriate and what is inappropriate? How far is too far? An opposite sex will just come and touch you anywhere. Like they have access to your body and you think it is play. No, it is not. It shows the worth you have placed on yourself. Or it shows that you didn't even place any worth on yourself. And lastly, I'm going to share, when it comes to boundary, you need to understand discernment. Discern people correctly. And this is how you discern people, using this biblical illustration. Scripture says, by their fruits you shall know them. So take, for instance, if I'm allergic to mango, do you know that I will not confuse an apple for a mango because I'm allergic to a mango? When you see what might be detrimental to your health, what is poisonous, you know that you will not eat it. So the same way you discern people, you already see the way they are playing out. You already seen their fruits that, if this one come into my life, it's going to cause a mishap. So you don't even entertain them in the first place. If I see apple, I know that I'm not allergic to apple, I will take apple. But when I see a mango, when I say, this is mango coming, I will not entertain a mango. So discernment will help you in setting your boundary. Understand again and know this, that boundary setting starts with you. It is the value that you have placed on yourself that is dictating your boundary. If you do not place any value on yourself, sincerely, you are more like a city without a defense. You are more like a city without a wall. And you know, a city without a wall, or a garden without a barricade. Anybody can come in there, do what they like. Some people can come and defecate. Some people can come and steal. Some people can even come and destroy. Boundaries will protect you. Set your boundary. Get your values correctly, and it will help you for life. God bless you. I believe you were able to pick a thing or two and you were blessed by it. Do well to share to your friends and do well to tell them about this channel. God bless you. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye.